Fake questions, real answers. You know the deal. I want to talk about stuff and don't want to wait for you to ask me. Dear Colin, has your view of Bill Belichick changed this season based on what he's pulled off? The only thing, and it's just another layer of his excellence, is that the smartest people I know, none of them are stubborn. I've never met a truly successful person that's stubborn. They know when to change, when to listen, when to talk, and when to consult others. Belichick did two things he'd never done before. Spent a fortune in free agency, $300 million, and he also handed over the draft weekend to his scouting department because after several years of skill player whiffs, he pivoted. And what did it get him? Well, in the first round, Mac Jones, a 71% completion percentage. It got him Ramondre Stevenson, and it got him defensive tackle Christian Barmore, creating a pass rush on the inside of the D-line. Smart people, truly successful people, are never stubborn. Dear Colin, what's been the biggest disappointment for you in the NFL this year? Well, the one team I completely whiffed on was the Seattle Seahawks. I try never to be a homer, but they'd won 10, 11, and 12 games. I did not see them bottoming out this quickly, and Russell Wilson had never been hurt before. But one of the things that concerns me with the New York Jets, Robert Saleh is a defensive coach, and the defense is getting progressively worse. What worries me about the Seahawks is Pete Carroll's a defensive coach, and the defense in the last 4 years is getting progressively worse. In a division with 3 offensive coaches, he's out-schemed and outdated. I think if I owned the Seahawks, I'd fire Pete Carroll. I'd keep Russell Wilson. I'd move Bobby Wagner. I'd probably move Jamal Adams. The Seahawks are in a free fall. It's been a house of cards for years. I had no idea it would blow over this quickly. Dear Colin, the Houston Rockets have gone from one of the winningest teams in the NBA to the worst. What lesson is to be learned? I was told this years ago by an NBA executive, it's not about having a superstar, it's about having the right superstar. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they played on both ends. Shaq and Kobe in their prime. LeBron in his prime. D. Wade in his prime. James Harden is a lot like Carmelo Anthony. Offensively gifted, but mailed it in on the defensive side. I think that sends a really bad message to the rest of the locker room. When your greatest superstar, your greatest player, is your best player, or at least your best offensive player, and a top 2 or 3 defensive player, that is so good for messaging in a locker room when he's putting that kind of effort on the defensive end. Now, everybody knows as a player gets into his 10th, 12th, 15th year, he will no longer be quick enough, nimble enough, twitchy enough to be a great defender. But James Harden, to me, was never a one. He doesn't have the commitment on the defensive end, and he's a little bit of a flaky personality. The other thing with great all-time players, Bird, Magic, Shaq, Wade, Duncan, they tend to make others better. Harden was great himself, rarely made others better. So it's not just about having a superstar. Carmelo was a superstar. Westbrook was a superstar. Harden is a superstar. Neither committed on the defensive end. It's about having the right superstar. And people confuse that.